Hello everyone and welcome to my channel Body Mind Healing. My name is Maria Sanchez. I am a holistic health consultant, a family nurse practitioner, a psychiatric mental health nurse practitioner, and a doctor in nursing practice. The case for today is dysautonomia. In order to understand dysautonomia, we first need to review how the nervous system is organized. The nervous system is divided into the central nervous system and the peripheral nervous system. The central nervous system is the brain and the spinal cord. The peripheral nervous system includes all the nerves outside the brain and the spinal cord. The peripheral nervous system divides further into the somatic nervous system and the autonomic nervous system. The somatic system is what allows intentional movement. The autonomic nervous system runs in the background without conscious effort. It regulates heart rate, blood pressure, breathing patterns, digestion, temperature, and more. And the autonomic nervous system has three key divisions: the sympathetic nervous system, the classic fight or flight; the parasympathetic nervous system, the rest and digestion; and the enteric nervous system, often called the second brain, and is located in the gut. So what is dysautonomia? Dysautonomia is a set of conditions in which the autonomic nervous system is not regulating correctly. When the nervous system becomes unstable or disorganized, the body's automatic processes stop flowing smoothly. In a well-regulated system, the autonomic nervous system seamlessly adjusts the things like standing up, changes in temperature, eating a meal, experiencing stress. With dysautonomia, these automatic adjustments are off. Signals might be distorted, delayed, or exaggerated. This dysregulation can show up as heart rate that becomes too fast or irregular when standing, blood pressure that drops or fluctuates dramatically, difficulty regulating temperature, digestion, or sweating, overwhelming fatigue even after minor exertion. Dysautonomia is not one single disease. It describes how the autonomic nervous system is behaving. Under this umbrella, we find specific diagnoses such as postural orthostatic tachycardia syndrome, or POTS, POTS, neurocardiogenic syncope, orthostatic hypotension. No need to remember all these diagnoses. The important thing is to remember that their common denominator involves problems with how the body regulates blood flow and heart rate when standing upright. The autonomic regulation system has been strained or disrupted. But why and how does dysautonomia happen? The roots of dysautonomia vary from person to person. Possible causes include genetic sensitivity, immune or inflammatory mechanisms, nerve injury, blood volume and circulation issues, and hormonal transitions. Symptoms might begin or worsen after the triggers such as a viral illness, surgery or physical trauma, prolonged stress, significant deconditioning, or bed rest. Once the system is overwhelmed, it can become stuck in patterns it cannot easily reset on its own. Because the autonomic nervous system touches almost every organ system, symptoms can be widespread and confusing. We might look fine, yet feel as if the inside of our body is in chaos. Circulatory and heart-related symptoms might include dizziness or lightheadedness, especially when standing, rapid or pounding heartbeat, fainting or near fainting episodes, pain and discoloration of feet and legs, turning bluish or reddish in color. Energy and breathing difficulties might include profound fatigue that does not match activity level, shortness of breath or a sense of air hunger, feeling wiped out after small tasks or minimal exercise. Digestive and temperature changes might include nausea, bloating, early fullness, constipation or diarrhea, trouble tolerating heat or hot showers, excessive sweating or almost no sweating at all. Cognitive and sensory effects might include brain fog, difficulty concentrating, slow thinking, word-finding problems, headaches or migraines, sensitivity to noise, light, or crowded spaces. Symptoms often fluctuate. One day it might be manageable, the next might feel overwhelming for no obvious reason. How about treatment for dysautonomia? There is no single cure-all, but many people improve when a layered approach that combines medical care, lifestyle adjustments, and nervous system regulation practices. A healthcare provider familiar with dysautonomia might use detailed history and physical exam, heart rate and blood pressure readings lying, sitting, and standing, tilt table or autonomic reflex testing, laboratory work to search for underlying causes. Based on these findings, the doctor might recommend increased fluids and salt, if safe for the person, of course, to support blood volume, compression garments like stockings or abdominal binders to reduce blood pooling, medications to help regulate blood pressure, heart rate, or blood volume, rehabilitation plans to gradually rebuild tolerance to activity. Because every person's presentation is unique, treatment is highly individualized. What works well for one patient might not be right for another. Daily regulation practices include consistent hydration and nourishment, including electrolytes and regular meals. Pacing and planning, breaking tasks into smaller steps, building in rest periods, and listening to early signs of overload. Position-aware movements, beginning with recumbent or semi-reclined exercise and progressing slowly to improve conditioning without overwhelming the system. Gentle breath work, especially with longer, softer exhalations to send calming signals to the nervous system. A soothing environment, reducing sensory overload through softer lighting, quieter spaces, or noise-reducing headphones. Self-compassion as medicine, meeting symptoms with kindness instead of harsh self-judgments lowers internal stress. Over time, that emotional gentleness becomes real physiologic support. From a spiritual point of view, dysautonomia can be seen as more than just a problem with the autonomic nervous system. It can also be understood as a sign that the whole person, mind, body, and spirit, has been under prolonged stress and has lost its natural rhythm. The autonomic nervous system is the body's autopilot. Spiritually, when this autopilot stops working smoothly, it can reflect deeper patterns such as living in constant alert, feeling unsafe, on edge, or under threat for a long time, carrying too much responsibility and pressure without real rest or support, ignoring the body's no because of fear, guilt, or the need to please others, pushing through pain or exhaustion to keep up with expectations. From this perspective, the root spiritual cause is not that a person caused their illness, but that the system has been overloaded for too long. The body has learned that it is never truly safe to relax, so the autopilot becomes confused and unstable. Loss of balance and safety. Spiritually, dysautonomia often points to a long history of the body feeling not listened to, not protected, not allowed to rest. Over time, this can create an inner message like, I have to stay alert all the time. It is never safe to let go. In this view, the nervous system is not bad. It is overworked and overprotective. It has tried to keep you going for years until no longer knows how to become back to a calm, steady state. Identity controlled and self-worth. When the body stops cooperating, it often shakes identities like, I am the strong one, I'm the one who takes care of everyone, I must always be productive. The spiritual root here can be a belief such as, my value comes from what I do, not from who I am. Dysautonomia from this lens exposes how heavy this belief has been. The body can no longer carry a life built only on performance and overdoing. Spiritually, the illness pushes the question, can I still believe I am worthy even when I cannot do as much? Emotional overload and unprocessed stress. Many people with dysautonomia have lived through high stress, big life changes, medical or emotional trauma, years of holding together for others. Spiritually, the body can be seen as holding all of these when the mind cannot process it all at once. The system stays in survival mode because it has never had the space, safety, or support to fully release what it has gone through. From this view, the root cause is not negative thoughts, but too much pain and pressure stored for too long, without enough protection, care, or understanding. Faith, questions, and meaning. Dysautonomia often raises spiritual questions like, why is this happening to me? Where is God, Spirit, in all of this? What is the point of my life if I cannot live like before? Spiritually, the illness can become a turning point where a person lets go of harsh ideas like, I must be punished or I did something wrong, begins to see their life as valuable even when it does not look like they imagined, finds a quieter, deeper relationship with God, Spirit, the inner self, based on honesty and reality, not on perfection. A different kind of healing. From a spiritual perspective, dysautonomia invites a different kind of healing, not only of the body, but also of the way we relate to ourselves and our life. Learning that rest is not laziness, but respect for our body. Allowing help and support instead of carrying everything alone. Letting go, little by little, of the belief that I must earn my right to exist. All this does not replace medical treatment. It sits next to it. Medicine works on the physical dysregulation, and the spiritual view looks at the story underneath. Years of running on empty, trying to be enough, living in survival mode, and not feeling truly safe. In simple terms, the spiritual perspective of dysautonomia says, dysautonomia shows a body and soul that have been on high alert for too long. Healing includes not only treating the body, but also creating a life where the body no longer has to live in constant danger or stress. And let's not forget that healing is returning to ourselves again and again. Until next time.